Hey, I'm Jules. I'm a personal trainer at Strength for Life, and this is Gina, another one of our trainers. And today we're going to go through one of the basic movement patterns of the body, which is the squat. We're going to cover that today. So Gina here is going to be our demonstrator. She's going to show us the proper form of how to squat. So to set up, we want to go through a couple of things, kind of checklist from head to toe. So we're going to start with a nice open chest. So thoracic tilt, we have the rib cage nice and high, the shoulders are pulled back. So we want a little bit of muscle activation here, sliding those shoulder blades together. The core is held nice and strong, so we don't necessarily want to pull the abs in like that sucking in feeling, but we want to brace our abs as if someone's going to punch you in the gut. So you're going to bear down so that everything is held nice and tight and you're not wiggling during your squat. Her glutes and her quads and hamstrings are going to be nice and strong here in the starting position. And as she squats down, she's going to try and maintain a nice flat back and then come back up. Good. And as she comes back up, she's keeping the chest nice and open. She's not falling forward. She's going to a parallel position or a little bit further. And she's completing the movement at the top. She's pulling all the way through, squeezing the glutes a little bit, so she's not cutting the movement short. She's coming all the way up. And then if you want to turn to the front, notice her knees. So as she squats down, she's not letting the knees collapse in, which is a common mistake in the squat. She has a little bit of outward tension on the legs, which is going to help engage the glutes. And she's pressing in, she's powering down into the floor to lift her back up. So we're going to move on to another progression of the squat. Once you master the body weight squat, once you feel okay with that, you can start adding a little bit of resistance. So she's going to use a kettlebell here to add some resistance. And so what this does, it's going to help you maintain the integrity of your posture while you squat. So because the weight's in front of you, it's going to want to pull you forward, and you're going to have to work a little harder to maintain upright. So if you want to do a kettlebell squat for us, Gina. Good. So see how her spine stays nice and upright? She's not letting the weight carry her too far forward, and she's still powering down. She still has the knees pressing out. So that's our second progression. We're going to move on to a bar squat here. So once you feel okay with the kettlebell squat or a dumbbell if you don't have a kettlebell, we're going to move on to the bar. So setup is super important here for a back squat. We want the bar not too high. We definitely want to avoid the neck, and not too low where your shoulders are kind of pinched back or anything. Arms are at a comfortable distance apart. And she's just going to step onto the bar, stand up using her legs, step on back. Again, comfortable distance with the legs, hip width apart, toes pointing out. And same thing, she's going to squat down, maintaining a nice open chest. And as the load gets heavier, staying tight in your core and opening the chest and staying tight in your hips is extremely important. It's going to get harder to do. Obviously, as the weight gets heavier, it's harder to squat. But we want to make sure that form stays consistent throughout your reps. And then so she's going to walk the bar back in and lower down again using her legs. So we have a couple different progressions of the squat. Thank you, Gina. How those legs feeling?
Feeling great.
So if you want to learn more about the squat or more about us, visit us at www.strengthforlife.us.